Child of my heart, I see you. Not just the surface you present to the world, but the depths of your being, the silent battles, the unanswered questions, the weariness that you carry deep within. You may feel unseen in this vast world, but know this. I know every breath you take, every thought you ponder, and every tear that falls. I have not turned away, and I never will. Even now, as you navigate through uncertainty and struggle, I am here with you. I am not a distant observer, but an ever-present guide, walking beside you through every valley and standing with you on every mountaintop. You may not always feel my presence, but it is as constant as the rising sun, as steadfast as the foundations of the earth. You ask yourself why the road feels so difficult, why the answers you long for seem to tarry. My beloved, it is because you are in a season of growth, a season where roots are deepened, where resilience is forged, and where faith is purified. The struggles you face are not meaningless. They are tools in my hands, shaping you for the purposes I have ordained for you. Do not despise the waiting. In the stillness I am at work. Do you recall the words of the prophet Isaiah? But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Waiting is not wasted time in my kingdom. It is the fertile soil in which hope and strength are cultivated. You may feel that you are stumbling under the weight of your burdens, but let me remind you, you were never meant to carry them alone. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. 1 Peter 5:7. The yoke I offer is easy, and the burden I give is light. Do not hesitate to lay your worries at my feet, for I am your refuge and your strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Look around you, child. Even in your darkest moments, there are traces of my love and faithfulness. The sun that rises each morning, the gentle breeze that whispers through the trees, the people I have placed in your life to encourage and uplift you. These are my gifts to remind you that you are never alone. Open your heart to see the beauty that surrounds you, for it is a reflection of my love for you. You may wonder if your struggles have a purpose, if your pain is seen or your efforts are valued. Let me assure you, nothing you endure is in vain. Every tear you cry is gathered by me, every prayer you whisper is heard. I am the one who makes beauty from ashes, who turns mourning into dancing, who brings joy from sorrow. Trust that I am working all things together for your good. Romans 8:28. Even when you cannot yet see the full picture, do not allow fear or doubt to take root in your heart. These are not of me, for I have given you a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Let my promises be the anchor for your soul, holding you steady when the storms of life rage around you. When you feel overwhelmed, remember my words, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. John 14:27. The journey ahead may be long, but you do not walk it alone. I am with you not just as your creator, but as your loving Father. I go before you to prepare the way, I walk beside you to guide your steps, and I surround you with my presence to shield and protect you. Trust in me and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your paths. Proverbs 3:5-6. Take this moment to breathe deeply and rest in my love. Let the weight of your worries lift as you trust in my faithfulness. Know that the struggles of today are not the end of your story, they are but a chapter in the greater narrative I am writing for your life. There is hope on the horizon, joy that will overflow, and peace that will surpass all understanding. Hold on, my precious one. The journey continues, but so do my promises. Trust that what I have begun in you, I will bring to completion. You are loved beyond measure, and you are never, ever alone. And now, child, as you hold these truths close to your heart, prepare to take the next step. There is more to come, more grace, more strength, more revelations of my love. Let us move forward together, for the best is yet to come. Even as you take another step forward, I sense the questions in your heart. You wonder how much longer this path will stretch, how many more obstacles you must overcome, and whether your strength will hold. Let me remind you, beloved, you are stronger than you know, not because of your own might, but because my strength is made perfect in your weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. You were never meant to walk this journey alone, for I am with you every step of the way, upholding you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. There is a sacred purpose in this season, though it may be hidden from your sight. Like a seed planted deep in the soil, You may feel buried beneath the weight of your struggles, but know this: beneath the surface, growth is taking place. The darkness of the soil is not your final dwelling. It is the womb of transformation. At the appointed time, you will break forth into the light, bearing fruit that will bless not only you but those around you. Do you remember the story of Joseph? Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery and unjustly imprisoned, he must have wondered if I had abandoned him. Yet through every trial, I was shaping him for a greater purpose. In the end, Joseph could look back and say, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." Genesis 50:20. Your story too is being woven into a tapestry of redemption. What feels like a loss today may one day become the very thing that brings forth victory. Take heart, dear one, for the road you walk is not a random series of events. It is a path I have carefully laid out, one that leads to good things, even if the way seems steep and the destination unclear. Trust that I am guiding you with loving precision. I see the bends in the road that you cannot yet see, and I am preparing you for what lies ahead. You may feel weary from carrying the weight of your burdens, but let me remind you, you do not have to carry them alone. Lay them at my feet, for I am your burden bearer. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Matthew 11:28-30. Do you feel as though your prayers go unanswered? Let me assure you, every word you whisper is heard. I am not silent, though it may feel that way in the waiting. My timing is perfect, and my answers are always for your good. Sometimes I say yes to your requests. Other times I say wait because I am preparing something better. And there are moments when I say no because I see dangers you cannot see. Trust in my wisdom, even when it seems to contradict your desires. When you feel alone in your struggles, remember this truth: I am the God who sees. Just as I saw Hagar in the wilderness, abandoned and despairing, I see you. Just as I spoke to her and provided for her needs, I will provide for you. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, and I will supply every need of yours according to my riches in glory. Philippians 4:19. You are not forgotten, my beloved. Even the trials you face are opportunities for me to reveal my faithfulness to you. Open your heart to receive the blessings I am pouring into your life, even in the midst of difficulty. These blessings may come in unexpected forms: a kind word from a stranger, the quiet beauty of a sunrise, or the strength to face another day. Do not allow fear to take root in your heart, for fear has no place in my love. Perfect love casts out fear, and my love for you is perfect, unwavering, and eternal. 1 John 4:18. When doubts creep in, speak my promises over your life. Declare my truth, for it is a weapon against the lies of the enemy. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a child of the Most High, chosen, beloved, and destined for greatness. As we walk together, I urge you to look beyond your current circumstances and fix your eyes on what lies ahead. The struggles of today are temporary, but the glory that awaits is eternal. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. Romans 8:18. Hold on to this hope, for it is the anchor of your soul, firm and secure. This season is not the end of your story, beloved. It is merely a chapter, a stepping stone on the journey I have planned for you. There is more to come, more healing, more joy, and more revelations of my love. Trust that I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating a beautiful outcome that will leave you in awe. Now take a moment to breathe deeply and rest in my presence. Let my peace wash over you like a gentle river, soothing your weary soul. The road ahead may still have its challenges, but you do not walk it alone. I am with you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Prepare your heart for what lies ahead, for there is more to this journey than you can imagine. Together we will move forward step by step into the abundant life I have promised you. Let us continue, for the best is yet to come. There are moments, my beloved, when the path feels unbearably steep, and the shadows of doubt whisper that you cannot go on. It is in these moments, when your strength feels depleted and your heart falters, that my power becomes your refuge. I am the God who carries you, who lifts you from the depths of despair and sets your feet on solid ground. Do not fear the weakness you feel, for my grace is sufficient for you, and my strength is perfected in your frailty. 2 Corinthians 12:9. The trials you face, though painful, are not meaningless. Every tear you have shed,
Every prayer you have whispered in the quiet of your heart has been seen and heard. I collect your tears as treasures, Psalm 56:8, for they are sacred to me. They tell the story of your resilience, your faith, and your hope. Know this: there is no sorrow you carry that I do not carry with you, no burden you bear that I do not shoulder alongside you. Remember, beloved, that even in the wilderness there is purpose. Consider the Israelites who wandered for 40 years, uncertain and weary, longing for the promised land. Their journey was not wasted. It was a time of shaping, of learning to trust in my provision and presence. I gave them manna from heaven and water from the rock. Though they doubted, I remained faithful, guiding them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Your journey may feel like a wilderness at times, but it is not a place of abandonment, it is a place of transformation. In this wilderness, I am teaching you to rely on me, to trust that I will provide for your every need. Just as I sustained the Israelites, so I will sustain you. My provision may not always look as you expect, but it will be exactly what you need to take the next step. Do not despise the waiting, for it is in the waiting that I am doing a deep work within you. Patience, resilience, and faith are being cultivated, like seeds sown in fertile soil. Though the harvest may not yet be visible, it is coming. Trust that I am the Lord of the harvest, and in due time, you will reap the blessings I have prepared for you. Take heart, for even in the darkest night, my light is with you. The psalmist declared, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4. The valleys in your life are not places of defeat but passages to higher ground. I am leading you through them, not to leave you there, but to bring you out stronger and closer to me. When the enemy whispers that you are alone, remember my promise: I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. This is not a fleeting assurance. It is the foundation of my covenant with you. My presence is your constant companion, whether you are on the mountaintop or in the valley, in seasons of joy or seasons of trial. Lean into me, for I am your refuge and fortress, your God in whom you can trust. Psalm 91:2. When storms rage around you, find shelter in my arms. When the winds of uncertainty blow, anchor yourself in my promises. They are unchanging, steadfast, and true. You may wonder how much longer the storm will last. Know this: no storm endures forever. The clouds will part and the sun will shine again. But even before the storm passes, I am with you, calming the waves within your soul. Do you remember when my son walked on water and spoke to the storm, saying, "Peace, be still"? Mark 4:39. That same peace is available to you now. Let it fill your heart and quiet your fears. Do not measure my faithfulness by the size of your current blessings, for my goodness is far greater than what you can see. Just as the roots of a tree grow deep in unseen places, so too is my work in your life reaching depths you cannot yet comprehend. Trust that I am preparing you, shaping you, and equipping you for the plans I have for you. You may feel that your strength is small, but remember, faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. Matthew 17:20. It is not the magnitude of your faith that matters, but the one in whom you place it. Trust in me and I will do what seems impossible. As we walk this journey together, keep your eyes fixed on what is eternal. The struggles of this life are temporary, but the glory that awaits you is everlasting. For this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory beyond all comparison. 2 Corinthians 4:17. Let this hope sustain you, for it is a hope that will never disappoint. Beloved, you are never far from my thoughts. Every step you take, I am with you, guiding and sustaining you. The path may still have its challenges, but remember this: I am leading you to a place of peace, blessing, and joy beyond your imagination. Let us press on together, for the best is yet to come. And as we prepare for what lies ahead, take a moment to rest in my presence. Breathe deeply of my peace and know that you are held, cherished, and loved beyond measure. The next part of your journey is waiting, and I will walk with you every step of the way. Let us continue, for my plans for you are good, and my love for you is eternal. You are here on this path because I have called you. Not by accident, not as a mere happenstance, but with a divine purpose that is unfolding even now. Every step you take, no matter how unsure it feels, is guided by my hand. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that I am the master craftsman, weaving every thread of your life into a tapestry more beautiful than you can imagine. There are times, beloved,
when it feels as though the burdens you carry are too heavy, that the trials stretch longer than your strength can endure. But know this, you were never meant to carry these loads alone. I am your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 46, 1. When you feel weary, lean into me. When your heart aches, pour out your sorrow at my feet. I will lift you up, just as I lifted Peter when he faltered upon the waves. My arm is never too short to save, my love never too distant to comfort. You are my child, created in my image, and I have placed eternity in your heart. Ecclesiastes 3:11. Do not let the challenges of today steal the hope of what I am building in you. Trials, though painful, are not purposeless. They are refining fires, purging what is unnecessary and drawing out the gold within you. Just as a sculptor chisels a block of stone to reveal a masterpiece, so too am I shaping you into the likeness of my Son. Each strike, though it may feel harsh, is guided by my loving hand and directed toward a glorious purpose. Remember the story of Joseph, who was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery and falsely imprisoned. For years, it must have seemed as though his life was nothing but a series of misfortunes. Yet, in the fullness of time, Joseph was raised to a position of great honor, and he declared, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. Your own trials may feel like chains now, but they are the very things I will use to bring about freedom, victory, and blessing in your life. The plans I have for you are not small or fleeting. They are eternal and unshakable. They are plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. I know that the waiting can be hard, that the silence can feel unbearable. But trust me, even when you cannot hear my voice, I am speaking. Even when you cannot see my hand, I am moving. Like the roots of a tree growing deep into the earth, my work in your life is often unseen but no less real. Beloved, do not despise the small beginnings or the quiet moments. In the stillness, I am whispering my love over you. In the hidden places, I am sowing seeds that will one day bear fruit in abundance. You may feel overlooked or forgotten, but I tell you this, you are always in my sight. Not a single sparrow falls to the ground without my knowledge, and you are worth far more than many sparrows. Matthew 10:29-31. Rest in this truth, you are seen, known, and deeply loved. When you grow tired, take heart in my promises. For I have said, those who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. The waiting may feel like a wilderness, but it is not a place of aimless wandering. It is a place of preparation where I am equipping you for the journey ahead. In the stillness, your faith is being fortified. In the quiet, your soul is being renewed. Do not fear the unknown, for I am already there. I go before you, preparing the way, and I walk beside you, ensuring you are not alone. Even in the valley of the shadow of death, my rod and my staff will comfort you. The shadows may loom large, but they are not stronger than my light. My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Psalm 119:105. Step by step, I will guide you, and though you may not see far ahead, trust that the path I am leading you on is good. In the moments when your faith feels weak, remember that it is not your strength that carries you, but mine. Even faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains, because it is rooted in me. Trust that my power is at work within you, accomplishing far more than you could ask or imagine. Ephesians 3:20. Your prayers, though whispered in desperation, are powerful. They rise before me as incense, and I delight in hearing your voice. Beloved, let me remind you of this unshakable truth. I am for you. I am not distant or indifferent. I am actively working for your good. The very trials that seem insurmountable are being transformed into stepping stones toward the destiny I have prepared for you. Your pain, though deep, will not be wasted. I will redeem every tear, every struggle, every sleepless night. The tapestry of your life, though tangled and frayed at times, is being woven into something beautiful, something eternal. The story of your life is not over. I am still writing it, and the best chapters are yet to come. Trust in my timing, for it is perfect. Rest in my love, for it is unchanging. And as you walk this path, know that you are never alone. I am with you always to the very end of the age. Matthew 28:20. Let this truth anchor your soul. You are loved with an everlasting love, and I am holding you in the palm of my hand. The dawn is coming, and with it, a joy that will overshadow every sorrow. Let us walk forward together, for I am your God, and you are my cherished child. The journey continues, and I am with you every step of the way. The road you walk is not without its trials, but it is not without its triumphs either. The dawn you have longed for, the peace you have yearned for, is closer than you think. Each step, though it may feel heavy, is leading you toward a horizon bursting with promise. Trust me, for I am faithful to complete the good work I have begun in you. Philippians 1:6. There will come a day when all that has weighed on your heart will be lifted. The tears you have cried in secret, I have counted every one. They have not fallen unnoticed, and they will not be wasted. Just as the psalmist wrote, those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Psalm 126:5. So too will your sorrow give way to a harvest of rejoicing. Hold on, for the joy I have prepared for you is beyond what you can imagine. Beloved, do you see the beauty in what I am doing? Though the night seems endless, I am the one who commands the dawn. I have set the sun and the moon in motion. I have called the stars by name. If I care for the sparrows and clothe the lilies of the field in splendor, how much more will I care for you, my cherished child? Trust that my provision is sufficient, and my timing is perfect. I want you to know this: the waiting is not wasted. It is in these moments, when you feel stretched beyond your limits, that I am growing your faith and refining your spirit. Your resilience, your courage, your quiet hope, these are treasures that will carry you through any storm. Do not fear the uncertainty, for it is the soil in which your trust in me is being planted and will flourish. Do you remember the promise I gave my people in Isaiah? When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Isaiah 43:2. This is not just a promise for others, it is a promise for you. I am walking with you through every trial, through every fire. My presence is your assurance, my love your protection. Lift your eyes, for I am doing a new thing in your life. Can you not perceive it? The desert places will bloom and rivers will flow in the wilderness. What you see as barren ground, I see as fertile soil for miracles. Trust that what seems impossible to you is possible with me. The walls before you will crumble, the chains will fall, and the mountains will move. Not by your strength, but by my spirit. Zechariah 4:6. You are my masterpiece, and though the brushstrokes may seem chaotic, the painting is far from complete. Trust the artist, for I see the beauty that you cannot yet comprehend. Every stroke, every color, every shadow has its purpose. In the end, the picture will reveal the glory of a life lived in my love and guided by my hand. As you continue this journey, take heart in the promise that I am preparing a place for you, a place where there will be no more pain, no more sorrow, and no more tears. This world, with all its trials and tribulations, is not your final home. Your true citizenship is in heaven, where eternal joy awaits you. Philippians 3:20-21. But even now, in this life, my kingdom is breaking through. My peace is available to you, my love is surrounding you, and my grace is sufficient for every need. So, go forth with confidence, knowing that you are not alone. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, those who have walked this road of faith before you and now cheer you on from eternity. You are upheld by my mighty hand, guided by my perfect wisdom, and carried by my endless love. Let this be your anthem: the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Psalm 23:1-3. This is my promise to you: I will restore what has been broken. I will redeem what has been lost. And I will lead you into the fullness of life, life abundant and eternal. Take a deep breath and release your worries into my hands. Let go of the fear that has held you captive, and embrace the freedom I offer. The story of your life is still being written, and I am the author. Trust that every chapter, even the difficult ones, is part of a greater masterpiece. Now, as you step into the next moment, do so with hope. My light goes before you, my strength upholds you, and my love surrounds you. The path may not always be clear, but the destination is sure. Peace and blessings are on the horizon, and I am with you every step of the way. Never forget, you are deeply loved, fully known, and eternally held in the embrace of your Creator.